Welcome to Archive Vault, where we explore declassified records, hidden histories, and state-level investigations. Please note, some illustrative narration is AI-generated for storytelling purposes. All content is educational and documentary-based. You are standing in northern New Mexico. The town is small, fewer than 3,000 residents. It sits near the Colorado border. The land is open. The air is thin. This area includes a stretch of land known as Archuleta Mesa. The mesa rises above the town. It looks like layered rock. From a distance, it appears ordinary. In the 1970s, stories begin to circulate about this place. The claim is not about a visible structure. It is about what lies beneath. According to later accounts, there is an underground facility built inside or below Archuleta Mesa. The alleged installation is described as multi-level. Some versions claim it extends several stories underground. Others claim it connects to a network of tunnels across the region. The name associated with it becomes Dulce Base. No official U.S. government map lists a base by that name in Dulce, New Mexico. The town itself does not display military infrastructure. There is no marked perimeter, no visible armed gate. The claims do not focus on surface buildings. They focus on secrecy beneath the ground. The earliest widely circulated statements about Dolce Base appear in the late 1970s and early 1980s. A man named Paul Benowitz begins reporting unusual activity in the area. He claims to intercept signals. He claims to observe aerial phenomena. He connects these observations to underground facilities. Later, another figure, Phil Schneider, speaks publicly about alleged underground construction and encounters beneath Archuleta Mesa. His accounts describe deep tunnels and advanced technology. These claims are not supported by official government documentation. They circulate through lectures, recordings, and alternative publications. The location remains real. The mesa exists. The town exists. What is alleged to exist beneath it becomes the center of the story, and the narrative expands from there. As the story develops, the claims grow more detailed. The alleged Dulce Base is described not as a small installation, but as a large underground complex. Some versions claim it extends 7 levels below ground. Others describe multiple secure sectors connected by tunnels. The stories include references to advanced laboratories, high-security areas, and restricted access floors. According to those who spoke publicly about it, the base was not operated by one agency alone. The claim states that it involved cooperation between elements of the United States government and non-human entities. These accounts describe joint operations. They describe biological research. They describe technology exchanges. The term alien-human collaboration becomes central in many retellings. One of the most frequently cited individuals in connection with Dulce is Phil Schneider. In the mid-1990s, he gave lectures in which he claimed to have worked on underground construction projects for the government. He stated that during drilling operations beneath Archuleta Mesa, a confrontation occurred with non-human beings. He described an exchange of fire underground. He claimed injuries and later said that several personnel were killed. These statements were made in public presentations. They were not accompanied by verifiable government documents confirming such an event. Another earlier figure, Paul Benowitz, had reported unusual signals and alleged underground activity in the area during the late 1970s. Benowitz believed he was observing extraterrestrial-related operations near New Mexico military installations. Later reporting revealed that elements of the Air Force Office of Special Investigations engaged with Benowitz during this period. Declassified documents confirm that he was provided misleading information as part of counterintelligence efforts. Those documents do not confirm the existence of an underground alien base. They confirm that psychological operations were conducted to manage what the military considered sensitive information leaks. The Dulce narrative includes additional claims. Some allege genetic experimentation. Some describe underground containment areas. Some claim advanced propulsion technology was studied there. These descriptions vary depending on the source. No publicly released federal record confirms the existence of a multi-level underground alien facility beneath Archuleta Mesa. No construction contracts, geological surveys, or federal budgets have been produced that verify a structure of that scale in that location. The allegations continue to circulate through books, conferences, and online forums. The details often overlap with other underground-based narratives from the same era. The core claim remains consistent. Something exists beneath Dulce that is not disclosed to the public. What differs are the specifics of what that something is said to be. By the late 1980s and early 1990s, the Dulce Base narrative expands beyond New Mexico. The story begins appearing in alternative publications, radio programs, and conference lectures focused on unidentified aerial phenomena and government secrecy. Details become more structured. Diagrams circulate showing 7 underground levels. Labels are assigned to each level. Security zones are described. Some versions claim the lowest levels were restricted even from most human personnel. The narrative blends underground construction, extraterrestrial contact, and Cold War secrecy into a single framework. Phil Schneider's lectures gain attention in this period. He presents photographs of scars on his body and attributes them to injuries sustained during an underground encounter. He describes classified tunneling machines capable of melting rock. He states that deep underground bases exist not only in New Mexico, but across the United States. These statements are recorded and distributed. No engineering contracts or Department of Defense releases confirm such a construction network. Around the same time, New Mexico remains a center of military activity connected to known installations, such as Los Alamos National Laboratory and Kirtland Air Force Base. The region already carries public associations with atomic research and unidentified aerial reports. This environment allows the Dulce story to attach itself to an existing atmosphere of secrecy. The involvement of Paul Benowitz in earlier years adds another layer. Declassified documents later confirm that he was the target of counterintelligence operations meant to divert attention from classified projects. These documents show that misinformation was deliberately introduced into his line of belief. They do not confirm the specific content of Dulce Base claims. They confirm the existence of manipulation in the area during that period. As the internet expands in the late 1990s and early 2000s, the Dulce narrative moves online. Diagrams are reposted, audio recordings are shared. The story stabilizes into a structured legend with repeated elements, underground levels, joint operations, biological research, and restricted zones beneath Archuleta Mesa. Local residents of Dulce do not report visible military construction matching the scale described in the claims. Satellite imagery does not show surface infrastructure associated with a large underground complex. The mesa itself remains geographically real. The underground structure remains alleged. By this stage, the story exists in 2 layers. One layer consists of named individuals, recorded lectures, and declassified counterintelligence documents. The other consists of descriptions of hidden underground activity without public engineering or budgetary confirmation. The narrative continues because it occupies a space where secrecy once existed and where confirmed psychological operations were documented. The question shifts from what is claimed to what can be verified. Archuleta Mesa exists. The town of Dulce, New Mexico exists. Military and scientific installations operate elsewhere in the state, including Los Alamos National Laboratory and Kirtland Air Force Base. These facilities are publicly acknowledged and documented. There is no official United States government record that confirms the existence of a facility named Dolce Base. No federal construction budget, Army Corps of Engineers record, or Department of Defense release identifies a multi-level underground installation beneath Archuleta Mesa, matching the descriptions circulated in lectures and alternative publications. Declassified documents confirm that Paul Benowitz was the subject of counterintelligence activity conducted by the Air Force Office of Special Investigations during the late 1970s and early 1980s. Those documents show that misleading information was provided to him in order to protect classified military projects. They do not confirm the existence of extraterrestrial facilities in Dulce. Phil Schneider publicly claimed involvement in underground base construction and an alleged confrontation beneath New Mexico. No verifiable employment records from federal agencies have been released confirming his described role in classified tunneling operations. No Department of Defense acknowledgement confirms a firefight with non-human entities beneath Archuleta Mesa. Geological surveys of the region describe natural rock formations consistent with mesa terrain. Public satellite imagery does not show surface infrastructure typically associated with large underground military complexes of the scale described in Dulce narratives. What is documented is that Cold War secrecy in New Mexico was real. Nuclear research occurred. Military testing occurred. Counterintelligence operations occurred. What is not documented in public record is a confirmed alien-human joint facility beneath Dulce. The Dolce Base story sits at the intersection of verified government secrecy and unverified underground claims. One part of the record shows manipulation of information during the Cold War. The other part shows a narrative built around that secrecy. The confirmed facts describe counterintelligence activity, public lectures, and the spread of a structured underground base story. Beyond that, the existence of the alleged facility remains unverified in official documentation. The mesa stands. The town remains inhabited. The legend continues. Thank you for listening to Archive Vault Podcast. I hope you enjoyed this deep dive and found it insightful. Wishing you a great week ahead, and remember to subscribe so you don't miss our next episode. We'll be back soon with more stories from the archives. See you next time.
You